now going into this, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is probably one of the only last true MAGA people that I see still present in the White House. Her, Thomas Massey, Matt Gaetz, who is no longer part of it because he got kicked out. All three of these people were kind of the OG original MAGA people that still have some principle. So Marjorie Taylor Greene says, I've not heard a single American say they want another war in the Middle East or anywhere else. Not one. All I've heard is a loud cry demanding our governments and its leaders to put America first. I don't support going to war on behalf of other countries. I support peace and fixing our own massive problems of our own people. It's literally my job title, U.S. Representative. I think everyone can agree with that. That if you're a representative of the United States, if you are a representative of even here in Canada, you are supposed to represent that country. You are supposed to respond and act on the behest of the country you're representing or the people you represent. Not going out to get foreign investment, not getting pledges from people outside your representation. So that seems pretty straightforward. Underneath it, in response to this, Sam Husseini, that's the journalist that got pulled out of the press briefing room because he bothered to ask Antony Blinken a few too many questions. So Sam Husseini, in response to this, says, if you believe this, you should file 4 articles of, I believe that's impeachment. If you believe this, you should file articles of impeachment. Which sounds reasonable. Honest to God, sounds reasonable. Of all the times that they wanted to try to arrest Trump with something and try to convict him of some sort of crime, there's your opportunity right there. Unconstitutional warfare. Announcing that he's going to bomb a foreign country on the behest of another foreign country, betraying the interests of the American public. If you really want to impeach him, if you really want to try him as being a criminal, this is your opportunity. But they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because the Democrats and Republicans and the majority of the White House are all in bed for war. They're all in bed for war. So, would Marjorie Taylor Greene follow suit of what Sam Husseini says here? I guess not. Because Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene donated to an Israeli organization that called to behead Christians. To fend off anti-Semitism accusations, the Christian Zionist Congresswoman boasted of her contributions to the Temple Institute. The key organization actively seeks to initiate an apocalyptic war. So, this is kind of interesting because I've always wondered, and people will say, well, Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't get any money from AIPAC. Okay, fair enough. So does Thomas Massey, so does Matt Gaetz. But look at what's happening right now. Matt Gaetz got kicked out because he wouldn't support the Israel War Project. He got kicked out. Thomas Massey, his seat is now being threatened because Thomas Massey wasn't allowed to approve or didn't want to approve a huge spending bill that gives more to this war machine. So Thomas Massey's job's being threatened. Matt Gaetz got kicked out. What's keeping her afloat? What's keeping her from not losing her position? Because we know that AIPAC has their trickery. We know that they constantly go behind people's backs. They organize, they rally, they do propaganda stunts. They try to come up with conspiracies or they lie and slander. They do anything to kick out people that stand in their way. So what's keeping Marjorie Taylor Greene from not being kicked out? This. Even though she doesn't get AIPAC money, she somehow donates to Israel. Because she's afraid of getting anti-Semitism accusations to her. She's afraid that she's going to be called out. She's afraid that they might smear her, they might attack her, they might use propaganda tactics on her. So she caved directly to them. And that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though she says exactly the point there, and I agree with that, would not actually comply with this. And this is across the board, ladies and gentlemen. This is across the board. Because it's not just Trump's team that's on board with this, but all the Republicans, a lot of Democrats, and even the squad, except for maybe Rashida Tlaib in Michigan, everybody in the squad is allowing this to occur. So here's Frankenstein Monster. John and Giselle Fetterman are in Israel this week, meeting with Netanyahu as he resumes full-on genocide in Gaza. So, supposedly, there's supposed to be a war going on. Just like I didn't understand about Ukraine. It's a war zone right now. I thought, wouldn't you be out there trying to defend your country and defend and go out with the troops? And why would you invite people to your capital? You're in a war zone right now. Supposedly, you're in a supposed war zone. But the reason they attended there is because Netanyahu gave Frankenstein, John Fetterman, a gift. A gift for supporting this genocide and just turning the blind eye to this. And here's the exchange of this president, and you'll be surprised exactly what he was given as a gift. Watch this.
Everything? How about giving him a beeper?
Oh, it's a.
No, this is.
By the way, I know that he doesn't dress well. I get that, the board shorts and the hoodie that he wears in the Senate. I can let that go. But seriously, you're going to meet a foreign leader, a guy that you love and respect and completely been bought out and shill for, and you still can't wear a suit? Come on. Really? You can't even wear a suit to the guy that has you by the balls? Come on. Come on.
Everything? How about giving him a beeper?
Oh, it's a.
No, this is a silver-plated beeper. The real beeper is like 1/10 the weight. It's nothing.
So Benjamin Netanyahu just gave, put it on the rinse, a silver beeper, a silver pager, a replica of the exact same weapon that they used to attack innocent people in Lebanon. A replica of their purging of the Lebanese people. They coordinated, they hacked into people's pagers to detonate in different areas across Lebanon, to destroy people, to kill and slaughter their own population. And Netanyahu gives a replica to John Fetterman as a gift. Think how crazy that is. Think how insane that is. And John Fetterman's giddy about it. Be like opening up a Christmas present and realizing, hey, I just got the gloves from the OJ trial. Cool. Hey, I just got the weapon used to slaughter people at Kent State. Awesome. He's giddy about this. He's giddy about getting a pager to replicate and honorate Benjamin Netanyahu killing hundreds of Lebanese people, killing innocent lives. And he's giddy about this. And listen what Frankenstein has to respond to this.
Yeah, but it changes history.
When that story broke, yeah, and I was like, oh, I love it, and now it's like, thank you for this, yeah.
When that story broke, meaning when the news broke out that Israel detonated, got a bunch of hackers together and detonated a bunch of bombs across Lebanon, killing innocent lives at schools, at coffee shops, at all over the place. John Fetterman thought it was the happiest day for him. Oh, I just loved it. I loved it. I love watching people just die overseas. That doesn't affect me. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Freaking human gargoyle. He has the same brain capacity as a gargoyle. I just loved it. When the news broke about you going in and slaughtering people and detonating a bunch of pagers as bombs. It's so wonderful. He's smiling. He's giddy about this. How goddamn insidiously gross. This is, I don't like to use this word because I'm not a religious person, but this is satanic. If anything, this is satanic, what we're witnessing here. That you give a beeper, a pager, to honorate your mission of blowing the limbs off of children and innocent people in Lebanon. You give it to a U.S. senator, and he's jumping in joy about it. How is this not some sort of satanic cult-like shit? How is this okay? How can people sit there and be excited about this? Literally, there's people defending this. As I was getting this clip, people commenting underneath, happy with John Fetterman. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. Just like the idiot moron comedians I see on like TikTok, the little shorts there, they're running around putting pages into people. Oh, beep, beep. It's so funny. Don't you just love murder? But sick bastards. Sick bastards. They are. And that's why Frankenstein is able to sit in Congress. That's why this guy won compared to Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz lost to this guy. Just think about that.
Yeah, no, all right. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're... I mean, look at... Like, this is a guy you're championing, supporting, you're getting giddy about. You can't even wear a dress shirt. Oh. God, it's just so many levels of despicable. So many levels of wrong. So many levels of evil I can't even just begin with. But also the fact that you're wearing a hoodie and board shorts to meet a guy that you're spending your entire political career pledging for. That just gave you a present. And you can't even wear something nice for him. What a sick world. What a sick world. And here, this is straight from the Israeli press. So even the Israeli press, the colonization that's doing this genocide, that's gaslighting its own people, even their press can't even lie. Their press can't do any more gaslighting. So Haaretz, which is an Israeli publication, thousands of Israeli protests for a hostage release deal as families fear another round of sabotage by Netanyahu. Not Hamas. Netanyahu. That is the guy responsible for betraying and violating his own people and their peace agreement. He is the one that's doing this. He is the mastermind, the sick, twisted son of a bitch. To paraphrase Jeffrey Sachs, this is the evil warlord that's refusing to save the lives of hostages. He does not give a rat's ass about the hostages. He'd rather see them dead. He'd rather see them dead. Why? Because it gives them leverage. It gives them an excuse. It gives them credibility of doing this insane, psychotic genocide wipeout, entire annihilation of Palestine. And that's why the hostage negotiation that you've been gaslighted to think that Hamas is stalling and Hamas is doing this. No, it's actually done by Netanyahu. Because if they return the hostages and things went back to normal, then there's no excuse for a genocide. There's no excuse for it. This gives them leverage. This gives them credibility. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal, Netanyahu said he's not going to agree to end the war before we remove Hamas. Even there. I thought this was about defending the hostages. I thought this was about October 7th. I thought this was about saving the people from the concert that you were warned not to have this concert. That you had Apache helicopters on top of the concert stage shooting down Israelis. I thought it was about defending the hostages. You don't even mention them. No, it's about having this consistent warfare to eliminate Palestine. And he's trying to use the excuse of, we got to eliminate Hamas. But if you listen to the rhetoric, if you listen to the propaganda of Zionists, they're trying to move the goalposts consistently to say that everyone's Hamas. Everybody that's not on our side is definitely Hamas. That's what you hear from Zionist psychopaths. An official Hamas statement on Saturday said a deal was closer than ever as Israelis demonstrated for the signing of a deal. So they could have easily stopped this war. They could have easily stopped this genocide. They could have done this on day one. But Benjamin Netanyahu, the warlord, sinister MFer he is, will refuse to end this war. Will do everything in his power to stop a transition of peace and diplomacy. He will do everything in his power to keep the hostages away from families. That is why people in Israel are protesting Netanyahu. They're suing the IDF. They're going after the state of Israel. And so many Israelis are leaving the country because of this. They want peace. They want to find a way and find some diplomatic situation to end this. They don't want to get involved in this anymore. But Benjamin Netanyahu, Ben Gvir, all the other idiots, all the other Zionist freaks, the sick, twisted MFers in his cabinet will continue this for as long as it takes. And it's not just Palestine. They're going to go after, they already went after Lebanon. They're already taking parts of Syria. They're announcing they want to go into Egypt, and they want to take parts of Jordan. It is never going to end, folks, until we cut off the main source. It is never going to end until we hold this accountable. Until we hold Benjamin Netanyahu, the warlord criminal he is, accountable and cut off the finances right from the source. That's the only way that's going to stop this. Because Benjamin Netanyahu is not going to agree to any peace deal. He's already violated a peace agreement that his administration created. They violate their own peace agreements. They violate Hamas's. They violate theirs. They violate everybody's. And now you know why there's such perfect partnerships with the United States. Now you know why they're such great allies. Because they both do war crimes. They both ignore international laws and really don't give a damn about anybody but themselves.